Good afternoon, in the studio, Khairina Matlubshon. Since the beginning of the current week, changeable weather has been registered in the country. Snowfall and rain and seasonal cooling have occurred in most regions of the country. The situation clarified the level of preparation of various state structures for the winter period. Meanwhile, the Meteorological Agency of Tajikistan informs that such a situation will prevail in the Republic until February 24. Our colleagues inform that the State Institution for the Maintenance of Highways in Tursunzoda City is fully prepared for possible weather conditions. Pay attention.
According to the forecast of experts of the Meteorological Agency of the country, on the night of February 17 and in the morning of February 18 of this year, the weather suddenly became cold, and on the national and local roads of the Tursunzoda city, the formed ice blocks made it difficult for vehicles to move. The labor community of the State Institution for the Maintenance of Highways in Tursunzoda city was also busy during the night. This institution has at its disposal more than 282 kilometers of roads and national and local importance. During the preparation for winter, according to the decision of the government of the Republic of Tajikistan on preparation of the economic and social spheres of the Republic for regular and effective activity in the autumn and winter of 2023-24, and with the financial support of the executive body of the Tursunzoda city and the service structure, 700 cubic meters of anti-slip material and 2,000 liters of fuel were stored. This made it possible to carry out their responsibility cleaning the roads in good quality. In our facility, according to the plan, fuel, wood and coal were provided for the winter of the coming years, and as you can see, from 6 o'clock in the evening until now, we are preparing to cleaning the roads for the safety of citizens and traffic. We provide our services, no accidents have been registered yet. Officials of the executive bodies of the Tursunzoda city informed the residents of urban and rural communities about the clearing of snow-covered trees and local roads. Today, a lot of snow is falling in Tursunzoda city, and of course, in this cold weather, many trees that have planted more than 10,000 saplings for landscaping this year, which are new seedlings, and as a result of heavy snowfall, they will certainly bend and tend to break. Therefore, we ask all the residents of Tursunzoda city to clean the trees from the snow in order to preserve these plants and contribute to their growth. During these days and nights, all substructures of Tursunzoda city were put on high alert, and 24-hour duty was established in all institutions.
In connection with the celebration of the Day of the National Army of Tajikistan, a meeting of the employees of the Department of Education of Salt Region was held in Khujand city. It was emphasized that the National Army is always the protector of borders and the state. Unfortunately, with the support of the President of the Republic of Tajikistan, Emomali Rahmon, the conditions of military services are improving day by day. More details later in our list.
On the occasion of the 31st anniversary of the establishment of the Armed Forces of the Republic of Tajikistan, an event was held at the Institution of Trade Unions of the Salt Region on the initiative of the Trade Unions of Education and Science Employees. During his congratulatory words, the chairman of the Trade Unions of Education and Science Workers of the region noted that the National Army is one of the pillars of statehood, because no country can protect its independence without an army or armed forces. That is, the army plays a very important role in ensuring the security, stability and survival of the state, and the armed forces of each state are the main factor in the peace and tranquility of the people at all times. In his turn, the head of the Council of Trade Unions of the region congratulated those present on behalf of the management of Salt region and said that the outstanding role of the founder of peace and national unity, leader of the nation, commander-in-chief of the armed forces, Honorable Emomali Rahmon, in the creation and development of the armed forces of Tajikistan as a unit. Also, the dedication of the officers and soldiers of the armed forces of the Republic of Tajikistan for the protection of the state independence, peace and stability of the country is very significant. It was said that today, along with paying attention to the quality of education and educational institutions, young people should also be guided in the spirit of patriotism and self-awareness, pride in the state and statehood, and in order to protect the country's borders and national values, it was emphasized at the event. The armed forces of the Republic of Tajikistan, born and raised in the era of independence, are doing a great service to protect the victories of the state independence, protect the borders and land of Tajikistan, ensure security, peace and unity in our republic. With the initiative of the leader of the nation, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Republic of Tajikistan, Honorable Emomali Rahmon, all the conditions have been created. It should be said that this year marks the 35th anniversary of the withdrawal of the special forces from Afghanistan. In the event, veterans of war and labor, workers in the field of education and science were honored with commemorative gifts of trade unions of workers in the field of education and science.
On the initiative of the Service Department for the Disabled, a culture educational program was held at the National Library dedicated to the day of the establishment of the Armed Forces of Tajikistan. It was emphasized that the Armed Forces of Tajikistan are the guarantors of peace and stability, the rule of law, legal order, and overall strengthening of the country's defense capacity. The report of our colleagues in this regard has been prepared.
The 31st anniversary of the establishment of the National Army of the country was celebrated by organizing a scientific and cultural conference in the Department of Assistance to Disabled Persons of the National Library of Tajikistan. The leadership of the National Library, labor veterans and other officials participated in the conference and spoke about the importance of the country's armed forces. And it was emphasized in recent years with the direct support of the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the country, Honorable Army General Emomali Rahmon, the material and technical base of the armed forces has been strengthened, and in the era of state independence, it has become one of the most powerful institutions and a reliable shield of the country. The provision of the best service conditions, such as the provision of military equipment and the construction of infrastructure for exercises and training, as well as the provision of military officers and servicemen with residential houses, is one of the best examples of the support of the government of the Republic of Tajikistan, which has been clearly observed for the past few years. According to the speakers, the honorable leader of the nation, Emomali Rahmon, pays special attention to the issue of strengthening the defense capacity of the Republic and pays great attention to the organizational and staff structure, material and technical support, and replenishment of the army with professional specialists. Because the security of the state and nation, the peaceful life of the society, and the progress of all economic and social spheres, a legal order, ensuring the rule of law, prevention and fight against crime depend, first of all, on the peace and tranquility and strength of the country's borders.
Dedicated to the International Mother Language Day, a scientific and practical conference was held in the hall of the Tajik Film State Institution. The conference was held in the initiative of the Language and Terminology Committee under the Government of the Republic of Tajikistan under the title Independence and Development of the Mother Tongue, and brought together representatives of ministers and departments, organizations and institutions, universities and institutes, scientific and research institutes, and the Council for Harmonization of Terms of the Language and Terminology Committee. More explanation in the report of our correspondents.
At the beginning of the scientific practical conference entitled Independence and Development of the Native Language, the head of the Language and Terminology Committee under the Government of the Republic of Tajikistan, Olimjon Muhammadjonzoda, made an opening speech and congratulated the participants on the occasion of the International Native Language Day. It was mentioned that in November 1999, with the decision of the 30th session of the World Assembly of UNESCO, the United Nations branch for education, science and culture, in order to protect and develop endangered languages and to promote the formation of multilingualism, the development of the vocabulary of the world's languages on the day February 21st was announced as International Native Language Day, and it has been celebrated every year since 2000. In all countries of the world. It was said that language is one of the most important elements of identity, a symbol of spiritual independence, and one of the most important pillars of political independence of nations and states. In the Republic of Tajikistan, the Tajik language is recognized as a state language, and various activities and relations are carried out in this language. The Tajik language, which is the native language of the Tajik people, has an origin of more than 1,000 years, has spread throughout the world with its script, language, and rich literature, and has a great contribution to the strengthening of human civilization and human thought. According to linguistic scientists, in the era of globalization of the nations, the language of our nation is an invaluable asset and an important factor in the stability and survival of the nation and national statehood. It is protected and developed by the state.
A Swiss company that studies air quality has included the Italian city of Milan in the list of 3 countries where the level of air pollution is extremely worrying. According to information, the situation in the city has worsened in recent days. An exhibition of Canadian photographers' photos continues in London Clock Tower. A review of news from abroad on the next page of our program.
The Italian city of Milan ranks third in the world in terms of air pollution. This was reported by the private Swiss company IQ Air, which studies air quality. Analyses have shown that this week the presence of harmful substances in the air of the city of Milan has increased 24 times more than the standard set by the World Health Organization. But the authorities of Milan say that this classification is not acceptable. Authorities claim that they are constantly working to improve air quality and have already achieved significant results in reducing emissions of all pollutants. According to the representatives of IQ Air, the cities of Chengdu of the People's Republic of China and Dhaka of Bangladesh are on the first and second places respectively. According to him, the presence of particulate matter in the air on Monday was 24 times higher than the standard set by the World Health Organization. A spectacular show under the title Burtinsky, Extraction and Abstraction is ongoing in London Clock Tower. More than 90 large-scale photographs of the Canadian photographer Edward Burtinsky are displayed in the exhibition. The organizers of the exhibition say the presented photos show traces of human influence on nature and environmental consequences of industrial production over the last 40 years. The exhibition consists of 5 main sections: abstraction, agriculture, mining, industry and production, and waste. One of these expositions, called In Pursuit of Development, includes many photos and video materials that Burtinsky collected during his creative activity. The multimedia show lasts 22 minutes. It shows viewers the history of human impact on the earth.
Dear watchers, on the last page of our program, as usual, our colleagues will inform you with sport news. Pay attention.
The Department of Work with Women and Family of the executive body of the State Power of Rush District, in order to increase the national identity, the School of Masculinity, protection of the ancestral land, protection of the achievements of the state independence and loyal service to the motherland, in cooperation with the Defense Support Organization, dedicated to the Day of the Armed Forces of the Republic of Tajikistan, a shooting competition organized Courageous Women of the Motherland among female students of the district. The purpose of holding this competition is, first of all, the development of shooting sports, attracting more women and girls to physical training, sports, and promoting a healthy lifestyle. In order to increase the level of self-awareness and patriotism, the regional committee and the organization of the Rush District Defense Support Society, in cooperation with the executive body of the state government of the Rush District, are constantly holding various military practical sports events. Today, a military practical sports event was held among the women of the district, and such new events are constantly held for young people, students, graduates of educational institutions, especially young people of draft age. During the competition, women and men who have shooting skills competed with each other. At the end, based on the results of summing up the points and the conclusion of the jury members, the winners were determined and awarded with diplomas and souvenirs.
Dear watchers, so this was all the news by this day. I'm grateful for your attention. Stay with us and have a good day.